On a whim, I picked up Insane Robots in a recent flash sale. And I was always wondering to myself, how can this cutesy little indie game have the gall to charge $20 and have a season pass? And then I started to play it, and I could feel a gameplay experience become so mentally intensive that the only way to properly summarize how good this game is to play it yourself. Because on the surface, it just looks like a confusing little board game type deal. And it is. But that's like what makes it really good. It's part battle royale game, but not really, and part deck building game, but not really. Because how the battle royale version works is that you'll go into a map with a bunch of other robots and you have to be the last one standing, all the while you're earning cash. And you use that cash to purchase upgrades that can change your playstyle or just upgrade your robot, and those upgrades remain persistent even after the tournament's over. And it kind of gives the game a lot of replayability because there's a lot of robots to unlock and there's all these different ways that you can build them up. Because with each new tournament, there's different upgrades that you can purchase. So if you want to make a robot work a specific way, you gotta play them in certain levels. Because even though it's a deck building game, you can't really choose what cards are in your deck. There's a summary on the start screen that describes how the decks work, and everyone has that same deck available to them. And it's really up to you to use the game's mechanics to make that deck work the best possible way for you. So you start to make strategies in your head, you start learning different tricks, different ways that the systems like to interact with each other, different times that certain cards are good versus others. It's almost like that game Threes, where how it seems really simple on the surface, but the more you play it, the more you start to conceptualize it in your brain. And the combat itself is this intense game of wits between you and your opponent, which is most of the time AI. There's always a mystery because you, one, don't know what they're planning, and two, don't know what the ace up their sleeve is. So there's always an uncertainty. The best laid plans can always fall apart in a single turn, and you just have to deal with it, leading to games going on for long stretches of time. And they become these titanic struggles. Now, some people might not like the idea of looking at a more or less samey screen for minutes on end, but as someone who just loves card games that really push the limits of my mental capacity and really bad puns, it's like, where's this game been my entire life?